Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good afternoon. We are at the Gilbert B. Miller Center for some West Virginia high school boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. It is the season opener for the Hedgesville Eagles, and they play host this afternoon to the Southern Garrett Rams. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call is Nick Verzolini, and back to the studio is Dylan Bishop. Basketball season's finally here. Football season pretty much over other than the state championship, so all eyes starting to get set inside here on the hardwood, and it should be a exciting season once again in boys basketball in the Eastern Panhandle.
Yeah, good timing to be moving the sports inside because it's cold.
And rainy.
Yeah, cold, rainy, nasty outside, so definitely in favor of that. But in terms of EPAC basketball this season and on the boys' side, Colin, it's pretty open. I mean, obviously we have Spring Mills, who I think will be the clear-cut favorite, not only in the EPAC but possibly in the state this year as well. Their roster is pretty loaded. I was thinking about this earlier today. They're about 7, 8 guys deep, depending on how you look at it, and probably all 7 players that you're going to see play the majority of their minutes would be starters on any other team, at least in the Panhandle, maybe even in the state. So when you have that much depth, that much talent, you're a clear-cut favorite. But we're not going to see them tonight. We're going to see Hedgesville, who has a pretty good team. I mean, a lot comes back for them, but they did lose some talent as well. You know, you look at Xavier Kirk, he's probably the guy to watch out for tonight. But, of course, Noah Brown will be the point guard, and then the newcomer, T.D. Bodkins, has a lot of excitement. So you kind of have your big three, or I guess your core players there, and then how do the guys around them step up? Gavin Young, Landon Pence, Ethan Elliott's got some height to him. Levi Fairclough's a newcomer with some size that we've seen play well in other sports. So I'm excited about Hedgesville. I think they have a lot of potential. I think arguably the best coach in the area in Kelly Church, who consistently finds ways to win no matter what the talent is and no matter how much they lost. I mean, you look back to last season, they had pretty much nobody coming back, and they still went 14-10 and played some good halves against Spring Mills, who was a really dominant team. So I always expect Hedgesville to be in the fight, be a contender, and be a fun team to watch. And their opponent tonight is a solid Southern Garrett team to kind of tip off their season before they get into their Hardwood Classic this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, though, how well both these teams do pretty much, at least on the Hedgesville side, fresh out of class. It's a 3 o'clock start. You don't typically see that at any level, but they want to be able to do so for the season opener, the home opener, just to make it feel like a very special moment for this team. And Southern Garrett just got here only about probably, I'd say, 20 minutes or so ago, and now on the floor starting warm-ups. We're dressed pretty much walking in. So how quickly for your first game can you get those jitters out and be able to play at that expected level that you need to be the difference to make it a win for your team and a loss for the other?
Anytime it's the first game of the season, Colin, it's probably going to be a little bit sloppy. You throw in those extra factors, I would expect it to be kind of a sloppy game. It's the first game of the year. It's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. It's definitely a weird time to be playing high school basketball. However, with school letting out, it seems like a lot of students just kind of said, hey, I mean, school just let out about 20 minutes ago or so. Hey, we'll stick around, we'll watch the game, and then we'll go home. And that's kind of a fun atmosphere we should have, at least on the Hedgesville side. For parents and everybody else, it's probably a little bit inconvenient for them to get to the game. But, hey, tune in on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube if you're not too busy, I guess, at work or whatever else you're doing in life. But in terms of the game tonight and those extra factors, it does play a factor. The good thing is, at least for Hedgesville, everybody makes the playoffs in the state of West Virginia. This is the first game of the year. It really doesn't mean too much. It's nice to set the tone, but if you lose, it's not the end of the world. You can still do a lot of great things. But it will be probably a little bit of a sloppy game with it being the first game of the year and with it also being a weird start time.
Let's step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll hear from Kelly Church, the head coach of Hedgesville. You're tuned in to high school boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told you need a lawyer, but that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School, about 11 minutes or so away from tip-off between Southern Garrett and Hedgesville. Let's now hear from the head coach of the Eagles, Kelly Church. Now joined by the head coach of Hedgesville boys basketball, Kelly Church. Coach Church, season opener for you guys against Southern Garrett High School. What's been the anticipation for your team?
Oh, the way the basketball world works now, there's no, like you take little breaks. We use our flex days a little bit different than some people, and so we've been able to practice a couple days a week for most of the fall. We actually shortened up what we did during the summer. We only went to one camp, and different people do things differently in terms of all the summer stuff. So, when you start practices that soon and you're only going twice, you're going twice a week, but they're pretty intense practices. We think we're ahead of where we would be at this point usually in a preseason. It's the first year we've done it this way. So, we'll figure it out once we start playing whether or not it was a good idea or not. But, we're pretty comfortable with where we're at for this time of the year. We obviously had a couple football guys. Other people are still dealing with it. Our football guys were got here right at the last minute, in Gavin and Levi, and they're both great kids who've picked up on things. Obviously, they're a little bit behind, but in terms of understanding schemes, and but we're excited. We're the kids really they want to play. For them, don't change at any point, whether it's in the summer league, whether it's in the classroom. Like I don't expect them to be perfect, but it's one of the things we talked about today. If you're not going to obtain perfection, but if you strive for perfection, you got a chance to catch excellence. So that's what we're going for. And in terms of our team and what we do well and what we do, I think we try hard, man. I think we're really going to, I think our effort and our ability to play half-court defense like we try to pride ourselves on, I think that's what's going to give us a chance. We're going to have to put the ball in the basket, make some shots. Got to figure out some kids playing together in real games for the first time. So, that'll take a little bit of time. But just extremely pleased with our defensive effort every single day in practice, and paying attention to details. Hopefully it'll pay off.
As we mentioned, Southern Garrett is your first opponent. Only got to see a scrimmage of them so far, but what is your expectation from them in your first challenge this year?
Well, people joke around about a shot clock. They certainly don't need one. They're going to have their ball in their hands for about 10 to 15 seconds at the most of possession. That's from rebound to shot. They shoot a ton of threes. They shoot them extremely quick, and they've got at least 4 kids that shoot the ball really, really well. So now it's not just about position defense and everything else. You have to get out on shooters and make them somewhat uncomfortable. Like it's one of the things you say, if it happens during the broadcast, like we don't ever want to foul a 3-point shooter. We don't ever want to do it. Unfortunately for us, we did it twice at the end of games last year. So, you got to be able to out and guard the ball. You got to contest their shots, and then long shots mean long rebounds. So we have to rebound those long rebounds. But, so transition defense will be key for us getting back, which, again, this kind of, in some ways this game prepares us for some of the teams around here that are also going to play extremely quick and shoot a lot of threes. So, it's a great first test.
How about on your guys' side of things? What's your expectation?
Man, our kids, no matter what you say, like I talked to them, when they first got out of class a little while ago, like I asked them, you think I have butterflies? And a couple of kids like, I said, what, dude? Of course I do. Like you should. Like you spend, and here we spend a great deal of time to prepare for these games. And so in all the effort, all the preparation, everything you do, now the games present themselves and you want everything to be just right. And they're not going to make every shot. They're just not. We're not going to make every shot. We're not going to do everything perfectly. But I really, really will be extremely disappointed if our team doesn't come out, regardless of how things go, making shots, not making shots. Like I will be extremely surprised and disappointed if anyone watched this game and didn't say, man, those kids give great effort from start to finish.
All right, Coach, thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Best of luck in the season opener.
All right, and good luck to all the teams around here, especially big shout out to, Ryan's been there. Coach Samples used to be here, and, Kyle at Jefferson. So I'm going to do the best we can to try to go out and see his first game as a head coach. And any time, like, it's one of those things, like, I mean, I know I got my haters, man, or I have mine. I don't use the incorrect names. I have my hate no matter what, because we do things a little unconventionally sometimes, and I'm a pretty intense guy when games start. But to have 4 of the schools represented by people that used to be part of our staff here, our school, and then 3 others, like it's a pretty proud moment for me. Thank you.
That was Kelly Church, head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, as we step aside and take another 2-minute break. And on the other side of that break, we'll continue with more of our pregame show and get you the starting 5 for both Southern Garrett and Hedgesville. You're tuned into high school boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
My friends, it's Cody with Cody's Auto Body. Now, I love Old St. Nick as much as the next guy, but newsflash, it's November. The only spirit moving in me before Thanksgiving is the beer coursing through my veins. Before you start flinging your Christmas cheer all over everyone, and really in today's world, you should ask permission first. Stop by the shop and make sure your ride doesn't look like it was run over by a reindeer. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you back to the Gilbert P. Miller Center for West Virginia High School boys basketball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. About 2 minutes left on the warm-up clock for Southern Garrett and Hedgesville in the season opener for both schools. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me on the call is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Dylan Bishop as final moments here of pregame warm-ups are concluding. Let's get to the starting lineups. Starting five first for the Southern Garrett Rams. You have a 6'2" senior guard, number 3, Jared Heskel. A 5'11" senior guard, number 4, Braden Upple. A 6' junior guard, number 5, Jacob Brown. 6'5" freshman guard, number 10, Graham Harvey. And a 6'3" senior forward, number 24, Joel Campbell. That is your starting five for Southern Garrett. Now for Hedgesville, starting five. A 6'1" senior guard, Xavier Kirk, number 3. 6'2" senior guard, number 4, Landon Pence. A 6'4" senior, number 15, Ethan Elliott. 5'10" senior, number 21, Noah Brown. And a 6'6" senior newcomer on the team, number 23, T.D. Bodkins. Nick, any final thoughts before we get started?
It's basketball season. Nothing like kung fu fighting to establish that.
Everybody's kung fu fighting here in Hedgesville. As the carpet getting rolled out, starting five will be announced here in just a few moments for both teams, and then we'll begin. So let's step aside, make it a 3-minute break, and then we will be ready for some high school basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 3 minutes.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Looking back here to Hedgesville High School, Nick Verzolini, Kyle McLaughlin getting ready for Hedgesville boys basketball action as the lights go out here at Hedgesville. And the Eagles starting five will be announced, but should be an exciting ball game. Southern Garrett had a solid season a year ago, going 15-9. Hedgesville 14-10, and it's a good opportunity for the Eagles to get a solid challenge before their Hardwood Classic this weekend, which we will have coverage of, by the way, on Friday and Saturday night. We will have, of course, coverage of both Hedgesville and Jefferson basketball, as those two teams will do battle in the Hardwood Classic this weekend. But for tonight's matchup, it should be a solid team here in Hedgesville. They returned some good players from last year, returned some experience, but also looking for some different contributors for this year's team to take that next step against Southern Garrett today and just throughout the season. But even on a 3 p.m. afternoon, Colin, we still have a good atmosphere here at Hedgesville High School.
Yeah, great student body presence sticking around after school. Some family members, it appears, also able to take off work for a little bit and come and watch this opener for Hedgesville, as starting five have been announced on both sides. Again, for Southern Garrett, it's Haskell, Uppal, Brown, Harvey, and Campbell. 3, 4, 5, 10, and 24 For Hedgesville, it's Kirk, Pence, Elliott, Brown, and Bodkins, 3, 4, 15, 21, and 23. Hedgesville in the home white uniforms. Southern Garrett in the away all red uniforms.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, of course, T.D. Bodkins make his Hedgesville debut. You're looking at a guy that was very good at his previous school, so he'll come in, I think, and provide a lot of excitement to the Hedgesville lineup this season.
Yep, he wins the opening tip for Hedgesville as it's Brown at the point, passing it to his left for Pence. Pence begins his dribble over slightly to the right and then dishes it back to Brown, who swings it back to the left for Elliott. Elliott up top for Kirk now, trying to run the offense, kicking it to the right corner for Brown. Brown dribbles once and finds Pence back at the top of the key, who goes over for Elliott, trying to just continue to swing it around the arc and then find somebody down low. Eventually is Hedgesville here in the first 30 seconds, and they finally do so. It's Kirk to Brown at the left corner to begin with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Noah Brown is a crafty player as he finds a way to work around this Southern Garrett defense, and that's what the Hedgesville offense can do, just tire you out with the motion and the cuts.
Haskell off the mark with a 3 from the top of the key for Southern Garrett, and quickly trying to go in transition was Kirk. He looked in front of him, found Pence, tried to go with a bounce pass, but Pence wasn't fully able to gather it and put up a shot as the ball now goes out of bounds. It'll be Southern basketball.
I'll be interested to see, Colin, how Ethan Elliott and Landon Pence step up for this team. We know their core, Brown, Kirk, and Bodkins all have a lot of experience. Those guys don't. That's an illegal screen. So
an offensive foul as Uphold, the one with the basketball, is trying to get around Brown.
Yeah, Campbell picks it up.
Yep, first foul against Campbell, first team foul for Southern Garrett. Ball inbounded now to Brown. Brown breaks midcourt, picks up his dribble, passes it over to the right wing for Bodkins. Bodkins trying to find somebody, finds Kirk at the left wing. He goes to Brown just to his left, goes back down low to Kirk, who puts up a shot in the paint and is fouled. Shot no good, which will send Kirk to the free throw line.
Yeah, Noah Brown's already made 2 excellent plays. A nice cut earlier to lead to a basket, and a great look there to Xavier Kirk to set him up to hit the free throw line to shoot 2.
Garrett Haskell with the foul, his first, team second, as Kirk makes the first free throw to give Hedgesville a 3-0 lead with 6:24 left in the first quarter. Xavier Kirk gets the ball for a second free throw. The gym quiets down. Shots up. Around the rim and good, giving Hedgesville a 4-0 lead. And here comes the noise from the student section from below. Uphold passes it to Haskell, who thought about a long 3. Decided to pass it over to the top of the key for Harvey. Harvey looks behind him in motion. It's Brown with the basketball now, passing to the left for Haskell. Haskell drives in, puts up a floater from the side of the no good, rebounded by Brown, who goes coast to coast, has Pence running alongside him. Right side layup, no good, but he's fouled with 5:58 left in the first. Third team foul, first for Harvey for Southern Garrett. Pence now gets to shoot 2.
I'm a little surprised how good, Hedgesville has been in transition. Usually their whole thing is that they slow the ball down, they play their offense, but they've been able to get some good transition looks.
Pence misses the first free throw. Second shot up is good. Now it's 5-0 Hedgesville. 2 minutes in to this ball game. Uphold passes to Harvey. Harvey dribbles it to the top of the key and will bounce pass to Haskell. Haskell guarded by Pence. Passes to the right side of the floor over for Uphold. Uphold guarded against Brown. Will have to hand it off to Harvey. Harvey very closely guarded by Elliott. Trying to find somebody to give it to. Finally does. It's Brown. Brown back to Harvey, who thought about a 3, now drives into the paint. fights against Elliott, puts up a contested shot and airballs it. That length we see on display very early on here for Hedgesville.
Well, not just the length, but the pressure defense and the ability to get into the face of Southern Garrett without fouling has been very impressive as well.
Brown passes it to Elliott at the left wing, who goes down low to Bodkins on the left side, and he kisses it off the glass. 7 straight points to begin. Only 3 minutes into the quarter at 7-0 Hedgesville. Uppal, the right elbow, dribbles it back out to the top of the key, passes it to Harvey, who lost it but is able to get it back, drives in, puts up a floater, no good off the front of the ring, gets his own rebound and puts up the next shot, which is good. First points for Southern to make it 7-2. Brown in the backcourt, giving it to Kirk. Just gets it across midcourt now to Pence. Back to Brown. Brown tries to find down low Elliott, but the pass is stolen. It's Brown with the ball now for Southern, passing it to Harvey, who goes to Uppal. Uppal pump fakes and has his hand slapped by Elliott of Hedgesville, his first, team first, with 4:22 left in the first.
And you're seeing the balance as well, Colin. Bodkins with 2, Noah Brown with 2, Pence with 1, and Kirk with 2 so far. So a lot of different guys getting involved for Hedgesville offensively.
Inbound pass deflected out of bounds. It was intended in that left corner for Haskell, but hustling over and getting a hand on it was Noah Brown. Now a quick inbound. It's passed out and back into that left corner. A three-pointer up and no good by Brown of Southern Garrett. It's now Noah Brown for Hedgesville taking it down the floor, trying to go coast to coast. Picked up his speed, turnaround jumper around the rim twice before falling in. 9-2, Hedgesville now leads Southern Garrett. Uppal, Harvey drives the right side, loses it, regains it, now finds Haskell. Right wing 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Harvey pump fakes. Will now just pass it out to Haskell, who swings it over to the left side for Uppal. His shot off the back of the iron and rebounded by Hedgesville. Brown, coast to coast, right side layup is good for Noah Brown. He now has 6 of the 11 points for Hedgesville. It's the lead out to 9 against Southern Garrett. We get a timeout taken by Southern Garrett with 3:26 left in the first quarter. Let's make it a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and CV10. Back in 30.
We're the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming. Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover. So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation. Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
We are back. It is Hedgesville out to a 11-2 lead against Southern Garrett. A very quick start for the Hedgesville offense so far, and it's been the transition offense that's been the strength for this team at the beginning.
Yeah, it's been that. It's been Noah Brown. He's clearly taken an extra step in his game. Last year, very good player, but had other guys that were more so considered the scorers. If he can be an impact scorer for this team, that just elevates them to a brand new level. And the defense for Hedgesville has been great as well. A lot of pressure, a lot in the face, and Southern Garrett's had no answers.
Bird passes to Haskell, who dribbles to the right side, and he gets fouled. Stops the clock with 3:12 left in the first quarter, as that's the second team foul against Hedgesville, the first on Kirk.
And you look at Southern Garrett, 4 seniors, the rest are juniors and a freshman, so it's a relatively experienced team.
Pass off the inbound from Haskell to Harvey, back to Haskell in the paint. His shot no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. It's now Kirk on the other end with a left-handed layup, and he gets that to fall. 13-2 now, Hedgesville on top of Southern Garrett. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. It's Harvey passing it to Uphole at the left corner. He drives to the elbow, goes to the right post, and his shot no good, rebounded by Faircloth. Faircloth passes it to Brown, dribbles it down the court now. Drives in, kicks it out as a man open. It's Bowers. He pump fakes and drives into the lane, goes up for the shot. It's good, and the foul. 15-2 now. Hedgesville leads Southern. And the and one opportunity for Hedgesville's Micah Bowers.
Well, I think what you got to love about Hedgesville so far is they are attacking the rim. I think almost every shot, if not every shot, has been a layup for this team. So,
free throw no good, rebounded by Bird of Southern.
That's, credit to them for getting really the most high percentage shot on each possession.
Bowers nearly steals it from Uphole. Uphole passes it back and forth, puts up a three around the rim, no good, rebounded by Faircloth, again down low. It's Brown with the basketball on the left side, driving hard into the paint, kicking it to Pence, who was crashing alongside him. Right side layup, no good, rebounded by Uphole. Uphole passes to Haskell. Haskell at the top of the key, guarded very closely by Pence. Falls down while passing to Uphole in the right corner. His three, no good. Tipped around and rebounded by Landon Pence. Minute 45 left. Clock rolling here in the first quarter. It's Hedgesville 15, Southern Garrett 2. Brown to Faircloth at the top of the key. Faircloth passes to Pence. Pence into the right corner. Finds Bowers. Bowers down low to Faircloth, fighting against Bird. Turnaround left. J-hook is good by Faircloth. His first 2 points makes it a 17-2 Hedgesville lead.
Great move from the big man Faircloth, and again, if he can provide some quality minutes, it makes Hedgesville even tougher because they now have him and Bodkins that can play down low with good size and height. It adds to solid guard play with Kirk and Brown. So
Brown is out. Gavin Young is in for Hedgesville. Kirk, Young, Pence, Faircloth, Bodkins on the floor for the Eagles. The ball inbounded to Brown for Southern. The pass was deflected out of bounds to stop the clock, and it's a three-pointer at the top of the key, and good by Haskell, making it a 17-5 lead now.
Yeah, Pence just overplayed a little bit and ended up slipping.
50 seconds left. Bounce pass from Kirk to Faircloth, back to Kirk, who swings it to the left for Young. Young, Pence, back to Kirk. Kirk at the top of the key goes to Faircloth. They find Young wide open, left wing three, off the side of the rim, no good. Fighting for it is Faircloth down low, but Bird wins it for Southern. 30 seconds left now in the first quarter. It's Uphole bringing it down the floor, stopping at midcourt, guarded against Young at Hedgesville. 20 seconds left.
Southern's trying to go to a zone defense, which seemed a little bit more impactful against this Hedgesville offense.
Brown to Uphole. Uphole drives to the left side, has his shot tipped by Faircloth. 10 seconds left. Kirk trying to go coast to coast at the left elbow, dribbles it out. 5 seconds left. Goes to Bodkins. Three before the buzzer. No good. Rebounded by Uphole, and that's the end of quarter number one. Hedgesville 17, Southern Garrett 5 is the score as we step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is high school boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor. And then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Orange, you glad this isn't another Black Friday commercial? It's Orange Saturday at CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.
Get a juicy deal on a new 2024 Silverado 1500 available with 1.9% financing and up to $7,000 off MSRP. Or get a new 2025 Equinox with 0% financing. And even sweeter, 0% financing is also available on other select new Chevy models during the Red Tag sales event. Together, let's drive at CMA's ChevroletofMartinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
We're back in the Gilbert B. Miller Center for high school basketball as a 17-5 first quarter in favor of Hedgesville. Eagles begin with the basketball to start the second quarter against Southern Garrett. It's Brown passing to Kirk. Goes down low to Bodkins. Bodkins pump fakes. Goes up with a hard shot now against Bird. And off the glass and in by T.D. Bodkins, making it 19-5. And some confusion now as the scoreboard, it appears, got reset for Hedgesville. They quickly get it fixed, and we'll resume now with a inbound on the far side of the court for Southern Garrett.
Oh, no. Scoreboard problems, Colin. Brings back bad memories.
Happens. The Butcher Center for the Rams. It's a shot clock. Fortunately, we don't have that in high school basketball, but if we did, it'd be like WVU having shot clock problems. Right now, it's just shooting problems for Southern Garrett as this shot also no good in the paint. Rebounded by Hedgesville. It's Kirk with the basketball on the offensive side. Passes to Bodkins, who looks behind, goes to Pence. Pence passes it to Elliott at the top of the key. Goes to Brown, back to Elliott, who dishes it down low. Shot no good. It's now Southern with the ball. Haskell drives in and draws a blocking foul against Hedgesville. 6:54 left in the second quarter. That foul against Pence, his first, team first of the quarter. Southern with the inbound underneath the basket. Pass to the left wing for Haskell. Puts up a shot. It's good, but he's called with an offensive foul, so the shot does not count. Remains Hedgesville 19, Southern Garrett 5.
Good play by Kirk to get in the right positioning to take that charge, force another turnover, and get the ball back.
That is his second, that being Haskell, team's first of the quarter. 6:51 left in the second.
Yeah, Hedgesville has definitely done a good job of making Southern Garrett very discombobulated here early on.
Brown passes to Kirk. Goes top of the key quickly for Elliott, who goes to Bowers at the left wing. Bowers looking for somebody. Finds Brown now at the top of the key to reset the offense. Brown starts dribbling and quickly goes to Elliott at the right wing. Elliott cross now to the left side for Bowers, who goes to Brown. Brown, Bodkins, top of the key, three. Airballed. It'll go out of bounds. Stops the clock with 6:20 in the second. Gives the ball to Southern Garrett.
Yeah, he did airball that one, but Bodkins is a guy that can stretch the floor for you. Even though he is a taller player, he will shoot well from the perimeter.
Upall bounce passes it to his right. It's caught by Harvey. Harvey begins his dribble, goes to Lucas, back to Upall now at the left wing. Upall behind the back with the dribble. Guarded very closely by Brown, has to give it up to Harvey, who puts up a three. It's no good. Rebounded by Bodkins, who gives it to Brown. Brown, coast to coast, right side, likes the matchup with Upall. Tried to pass it behind his back to Bodkins. It gets deflected and stolen, however, by Southern.
Yeah, I feel like Noah was maybe trying to do a little bit too much that time. Wasn't really there for what he was looking to do.
Harvey gets the screen. Now passes it to Lucas, who goes to Upall. Upall passes it to his teammate to his right, that being Brown. Right side three, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. It's Kirk with a great catch, driving the right side baseline, and his layup around the rim and good by Kirk. He now has six, make it 21-5. Hedgesville leading Southern with 5:14 left here in the second quarter. Lucas, the right corner for Harvey, who tries to go down low for Brown. It's stolen by Kirk. Kirk lost it, couldn't get it back. And it goes out of bounds. Southern gets the ball back.
Yeah, he was kind of trying to stay in bounds, I think was the main issue, and he never really could. And then ball rolled out of bounds, and he was the last one to touch it. So.
Uphold gets the inbound, pass it to Harvey. Harvey at the top of the key, guarded by Bowers, trying to create space, hands it to Lucas, and then sets a screen for Lucas. Lucas drives in, fighting very hard, but gets his shot rejected by Bowers.
I don't know
how to agree with you there.
Called there.
Yeah, he took 2 jumps and nothing was called. 4:47 left in the second quarter. A baseline inbound now for Southern Garrett. Brown trying to find somebody to pass it to, floats it up top. It's caught down at the elbow for Lucas, who passes it to Upple. Left elbow shot, no good, rebounded. Tipped out to Brown for Hedgesville. Brown gets double teamed as soon as he breaks the timeline, goes to Kirk, wide open 3 at the top of the arc. No good as it hits the wire above the backboard. So that counts as it being out of bounds. 4:32 left in the second quarter. Hedgesville 21, Southern Garrett 5. Rams with the basketball.
Yeah, it feels like Southern Garrett hasn't really gotten a good shot almost the entire game. Like, most of their shots have been contested. A lot of them have been jumpers. That's a decent look there, but doesn't go.
Yep, again, no good. Brown to Kirk. Quick transition. He went up for the dunk, but missed it. Xavier Kirk trying to take the roof off the gym. Just couldn't get that one to fall through with the right arm.
Yeah, from my angle, it looked really weird because I was looking up from fixing our camera to the right one, and all of a sudden I just saw him flying through the air, falling down, and I was like, what happened there?
Kirk gets the inbound. Right wing 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Tipped around. And Miller trying to get the rebound but couldn't win the fight down low. It's rebounded by Haskell. Southern Garrett dribbles it down, gives it to Lucas now. Lucas sails a pass over the head of Brown, and it's saved from going backcourt by Haskell. Haskell, top of the key. One hand passes it over to Upple. Upple dribbles to the top of the key. Almost has it tripped by Kirk. At the left elbow now is Upple. Drives in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded, kicked out to Lucas. His three-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bodkins. Bodkins will hand it to Brown. Brown's now going to slow down the Hedgesville offense and let the rest of the team run it. Brown calling out the play, passing to the right for Bodkins. Bodkins bounce passes down low for Kirk. Puts it off the backboard and in. 23-5 now, Hedgesville leads. 8 points for Xavier Kirk, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. 18-point lead for Hedgesville against Southern Garrett. Haskell, long 3 around the rim, no good, rebounded by Miller. Brown again, brings it up the floor for the Eagles. Noah Brown slowing it down. Goes to Kirk to his left. Kirk tries to go down low. It's deflected and stolen now by Brown of Southern Garrett. He tries to pass it to Upple. He wasn't ready for it. It almost went out of bounds, but he was able to get it right before it. Braden Upple passes it to Haskell on the near side of the court. Passes it back to the top of the key now for Brown. Brown drives the left side. Too hard off the glass with his layup. It's no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Brown quickly kicking it out to Kirk. Kirk drives the left base side. Euro step. Shot no good. Somehow got his own rebound off a tip. And now gets this one to fall, making it 25-5. 10 points here in the first half for Xavier Kirk.
Yeah, he's playing well. And the offense has cooled off a little bit here for Hedgesville, but their defense has continued to be so tough. And it's carried over even into some of the bench and role players. Those guys are both playing intensely.
Pence steals the pass all alone, coast to coast. Right side layup is good. 27-5 now. Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett.
And Landon Pence, great play there to intercept that pass. Sometimes those are the hardest layups to make when you're all by yourself.
It's Brown, guarded by Kirk. Right in front of the Hedgesville bench. Passes it to the left corner for Upple. Upple trying to dribble it past Brown. And Brown's going to get called with a blocking foul. Minute 19 left here in the second quarter. That is Brown's first foul, team second of the quarter. Checking in for Hedgesville, Faircloth, Young, and Bowers.
That's another thing, Colin, is Hedgesville's been able to play this good of defense, and their fouls have been pretty limited, so that obviously helps you to have everybody kind of fresh.
Pass stolen by Bowers off the inbounds. He's going to give it to Kirk. Kirk dribbles it past midcourt, goes to the left corner for Faircloth, who puts up a three off the back of the rim, no good. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds. However, I think there might have been a foul called before that.
Yeah, I love the big man pulling the trigger, Colin.
Bowers gets called with a over-the-back foul for Hedgesville, his first, team third of the quarter. 22-point lead for Hedgesville. Minute left here in the second quarter now. Uphole at midcourt, bounce passing to his right for Brown. Brown dribbles to the top of the key, drives the lane, has it tipped by Faircloth and stolen by Kirk. 3v1 back the other way. Kirk tried to bounce pass for Pence. It gets deflected by Haskell and goes out of bounds with 47.9 seconds left in the second. It will remain Hedgesville basketball.
I've been impressed with how active Faircloth has been on the defensive end. You know, sometimes bigger guy, maybe a little bit of defensive liability, but not the case at all. He's gotten a block shot, and there a nice tip that leads to a steal. So good plays from Faircloth here off the bench.
Young to Kirk now at the right wing, holding the ball, letting that clock roll. There's now 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. Looks like Hedgesville going to be pretty content with letting it roll and just trying to take the last shot before halftime. Now coming out to meet Kirk is Haskell, but not far enough to start the 5-second count. 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's Hedgesville 27, Southern Garrett 5. Now Haskell puts up the pressure as Kirk begins his dribble to midcourt, back over to the right wing, back now to the top of the key, pulls the trigger, no good. All off the rim with a long bounce out and rebounded right before the out-of-bounds line by Campbell. And no shot off by Southern Garrett before the halftime horn. So both teams will head into the locker room. It's Hedgesville 27 and Southern Garrett 5 as Hedgesville able to outscore Southern Garrett in that second quarter 10-0. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back with some halftime stats. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Professor Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
Are you tired of all of the Black Friday commercials? So are we. At CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg, we have Orange Saturday with juicy deals all month long. Right now, lease a new 2024 Tacoma for only $229 a month for 39 months, or buy and get 3.99% financing. Or check out a new 2025 Camry and get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Visit us online at cmastoyotaofmartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School. It is the season opener for boys basketball for the Hedgesville Eagles, and it has been the start that you could dream of for them. They lead Southern Garrett 27-5 at the half after starting off with a 17-5 lead in the first, and then outscoring Southern 10-0 in the second quarter. It's been a very fast-paced game so far as well. Only one timeout called by Southern in that first quarter, and not a lot of fouls on either side too. So liking how this is moving and very impressive start for Hedgesville. Defense lights out as expected.
Yeah, I mean, not certain how good Southern Garrett will be this year. Clearly, kind of a mixture of a young and experienced team for them. So they have a lot of upperclassmen, but sometimes juniors haven't really gotten that varsity experience yet. So it can kind of be tough to tell. But on the Hedgesville side, it's a good senior class that has added some pieces to it as well. And they're clearly a tough team. I think the standout has been the defense, their ability to get up and down the floor, create some shots, and making sure that they get a lot of easy looks. Haven't made, a three-pointer yet, or only made one three-pointer so far, so they're not necessarily – haven't made a three-pointer yet. So that's a little bit, concerning in terms of how they'll do from downtown, but they really haven't had a whole lot of attempts. They've mainly been getting layup after layup after layup, especially early on. So very impressed with them. Very impressed with Noah Brown's ability to run this offense. As a senior, we knew he would be one of the leaders, and then Kirk stepping up as a big-time scorer. But the balance has been pretty good. You've gotten Kirk involved. You've gotten Landon Pence involved. Bowers, Brown, Bodkins, and Fairclough have all scored. So a lot of different guys doing a lot of different things. And guys that haven't scored have still played a big role, like Elliott has done good on the glass, and a few others have done some good things on defense. So Miller and
Young.
Yeah, Young. And Bowers, even though he only has 2 points, I think has played pretty well on defense as well. So like this Hedgesville team. Not sure if Southern Garrett's the toughest test. This weekend, though, they should play some pretty good teams, I would think. Last year they had a good game, I think, with IDS. So this is all about tuning up, and you try to get a little bit tougher opponent until you obviously get into conference play, when every game's pretty tough in the EPAC. So we'll see. I like this team, though. I like how they're built. Good size, good shooters, I think, that haven't quite shown it yet, and a really smart point guard in Noah Brown. They can do a lot of good things for you. So it's a solid team, and that's clearly showing with a 27-5 lead. You got to be pretty happy if you're Coach Church.
Let's get your scores so far, and we'll start off quickly since there's only 5 points for Southern Garrett. It is Jared Haskell with 3 of them, and the other 2 goes to Graham Harvey. For Hedgesville, leading scorer with 10 points is Xavier Kirk, followed by Noah Brown with 6 points. T.D. Bodkins has 4 points. Landon Pence with 3 points, and then 2 points each for Levi Faircloth as well as Micah Bowers. About 4 minutes left on the clock here at halftime, and you mentioned it, so want to promote it. If those have not seen our basketball broadcast schedule, you can do so on our Facebook page as well as our Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, WRNR_Sports Mix. We have our broadcast schedule posted, and this weekend we will be here at the Hedgesville Hardwood Classic, and there will be 2 Eastern Panhandle teams featured, one obviously being Hedgesville since they're the host. The other is Jefferson. So on Friday, first game will be Kaiser taking on Hedgesville. That game with a 6:30 start time, and then right after that it will be Idea against Jefferson. And on Saturday, that will flip. It will be Kaiser against Jefferson at 4:30, and then Idea against Hedgesville at about 6 o'clock for that game. And next Monday, we'll have Sarando at Musselman. So it's basketball season.
It very much is, Colin, and I think it will be good to see a lot of different teams here in the EPAC early in the season. I don't know how good Kaiser will be. They're kind of up and down as a basketball program, but they were really good in 2022, 2023, and then last season were kind of the opposite of their 17-8 record that they put up 2 years ago. So we'll see how good they are this year. But I think it's a decent team. And then the Idea team that we saw last year taking on Hedgesville was pretty solid. And Jefferson's always a good team as well. So there's a lot of excitement, I think, to see the EPAC teams this year. And like I said earlier, Spring Mills is clearly, I think, the best team in the area, probably even the best team in the state. But who else could join them in the state tournament? That's pretty wide open. So excited to see.
Hedgesville out of the locker room already here at halftime, getting some layup line going before our second half begins. Again, the score, it is Hedgesville 27 and Southern Garrett 5. So 22-point lead at the half for Hedgesville, and it's season home opener. Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Nick Verzolini, Dilton Bishop back at the studio for this. So about a minute left on the clock. Didn't really go to any break and don't want to now so that we don't miss anything. So
you could probably take a quick 2 if you wanted. I mean, maybe not. Southern Garrett is out. Okay, I didn't see them out there. So
final thoughts then, I guess, from you, if you have any after the first half.
I mean, in terms of this game, Southern Garrett's down 27-5. So I guess on their side of things, since we haven't really focused too much on them, you're probably not coming back and winning, but what can you do to play a little bit better in the second half? How do you work on some things? For Hedgesville, too, we saw a few times they pulled it out, slowed it down, got into their offense. That stuff's important in this early part of the season. Just because you can run and gun and do a lot of good things against a team, that doesn't really help you playing that kind of street ball style. You want to pull it out, run your offense and get even better looks in that style of play, and then get a lot of guys involved to keep playing everybody. I mean, if you continue to pull away, there's no real reason for guys not to play. And I mean, hey, it's a great student section too. They really brought it early on in this game. They were very loud. Since the game has been super competitive, some students appear to have maybe thinned out a little bit. But
yeah, I think some of them might have been the JV team as well that potentially needs to go get ready for their game, because
they're in the crowd still,
that
I think,
still
over there, unless
it's the freshman team. Not sure.
Could
middle
be.
School team. I don't know.
There were some middle schoolers around too, so that was cool to see that Hedgesville was able to get a nice crowd going.
Now we begin the third quarter with Southern Garrett in possession. It's Harvey dribbling it to the top of the key, has it deflected by Elliott, but it goes to Uppal. So the Rams keep possession. Uppal loses his dribble right at the free throw line, falls to the ground while trying to grab it. As long as Noah Brown didn't snatch it from him, they call it jump ball. Possession arrow gives it to Hedgesville.
Yeah, a little bit too much dribbling on that possession. We haven't really seen what the Southern Garrett offense wants to be. They're mixing it up here on defense.
Pence to Brown. Brown trying to go down low, has his bounce pass almost looked like kicked by Haskell, but it goes to Pence. Pence to Kirk, back to Pence, over to Brown, back to Pence at the top of the key. Brown swings it to Elliott, goes down low for Bodkins, who comes to the near side block, turns around and goes off the glass and in for TD Bodkins.
Yeah, good sign of a good team there for Hedgesville. Sometimes teams come out in a different look and you need a timeout to adjust, but they just adjusted on the fly and still got a good shot.
Fighting down low is Campbell trying to put up a shot against Bodkins. Loses the ball, goes out of bounds, and Hedgesville gets possession. It's now 29-5. Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett with 6:55 left in the third quarter. Noah Brown dribbles it down the court now for Hedgesville. He stops right at the edge of the H at midcourt before one hand tossing it over to the right for Kirk. Kirk to Pence, who goes down low to Bodkins, who gets triple teamed. Somehow, though, puts up a shot and gets it to fall. TD Bodkins now with the first 4 points of the second half. He's up to 8 total. It's a 31-5 lead here in the third for Hedgesville. Kirk gets the steal. Goes the other way now for Hedgesville. Stops at the left wing. Gives it to Elliott. Top of the key 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Southern. Uppal passes to Harvey. Harvey goes down low to Campbell. Campbell thinks about kicking it out. Now does so on the opposite side for Uppal at the left corner. Goes to the wing for Brown. Brown against Kirk. Drives in. A shot rejected by Kirk as it goes out of bounds. It'll remain Southern basketball.
Yeah, again, the defense tremendous, but T.D. Bodkins is going to be a matchup problem for a lot of teams.
The inbound goes to the backcourt. Now caught by Haskell off the bounce. Breaks midcourt now. 5:45 left in the third. Left corner 3 off the side of the rim. No good by Uppal. Rebounded by Hedgesville's T.D. Bodkins. Goes to Brown. Kirk quickly drives in, loses his dribble, so now he has to dribble out of it. Tries to bounce pass it into Brown, who was driving the lane. It's deflected. Now a foul called, I think, against Noah Brown of Hedgesville with 5.5 left in the third.
Yeah, X tried to get a little bit too fancy, I feel like, with that pass. It was a good look, good idea. Just, I don't know if it was necessarily him trying to be too fancy or maybe just didn't have great control of the ball.
That's Brown's first, team's first of the ball. Deflected by Pence, stolen again by Hedgesville. It's Brown in the backcourt, dribbling it across now for the Eagles.
That's like the third time Landon Pence has made it just a little play that changed the possession.
Brown to Kirk. Kirk dribbling at the top of the key. Goes to Bodkins. Left corner 3 for T.D. Bodkins off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Pence. It goes back to Bodkins, who crashes in. Puts it up. No good somehow. Looked like it was about to fall, but the rim says otherwise.
But again, it was a good hustle play from Pence to keep the possession alive, and that's what Hedgesville's going to need.
Harvey's 3 no good. Tipped around by Bodkins and rebounded by Brown. Brown quickly going coast to coast as Southern collapse on him, so he goes to Pence. Bodkins now with it. Drives in. Layup no good, but he's fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots as Harvey gets called with his third, team first of the quarter for Southern Garrett.
Yeah, it's clear that Hedgesville's just saying, let's give Bodkins the ball and get out of the way in some ways and let him go to work because he can be a dynamic scorer.
T.D. Bodkins, already a 1,000-point scorer here, is now a senior for Hedgesville, coming from Philip Barber as his first free throw shot. No good.
Think he'll get to 1,000 at Hedgesville?
That would be something. Second free throw, no good. So it remains a 31-5 Hedgesville lead against Southern Garrett with 4:25 left in quarter number 3. Haskell, top of the key 3, misses everything, bounces out of bounds.
Yeah, again, it's a situation where Southern Garrett just takes kind of a weird shot, like no real passing, just isolation ball. And that's not going to work against the Hedgesville defense. It might not work against too many defenses. So
it's Faircloth at the right elbow, passing it down low to Bodkins, and he gets hacked by Campbell while going up for the shot. Now he'll go back to the free throw line. So that is the third foul of the quarter, I believe, for Southern. Excuse me, only the second. That is Campbell's second as well. Bodkins sinks the first free throw. He now has 9 points, making it a 32-5 Hedgesville lead against Southern Garrett.
A good pass there from Faircloth, too.
Second free throw is good. Make it 10 points on the afternoon for T.D. Bodkins. A 33-5 lead now for Hedgesville. Bird with it. Long pass across the court over for Uppal. Goes to Campbell at the top of the key. Flashing over towards him is Haskell. Haskell drives to left side, guarded by Pence. Brown trying to reach in and steal it. I believe he might get called with a foul. No, they called a jump ball. Thank you, possession arrow for Southern Garrett with 3:48 left in the third.
Yeah, jump ball. So no foul there. Good play, honestly, from Noah Brown to rip at that basketball.
Haskell gets the inbound, passes it over for Brown in the left corner, goes to Uppal at the wing, who drives to left lane. Layup no good, rebounded by Bowers. Bowers to Brown, finds Kirk wide open in the left corner. Transition 3 is good. 36-5 now. Hedgesville up by 31 with 3:25 left in the third against Southern Garrett. First three of the afternoon for Hedgesville.
Yeah, they haven't needed the three ball. They've only taken, a few, and there's another good play from the defense.
Faircloth steals it. Here comes Bowers, 2v1. He goes up, gets the layup, and is fouled. I thought he was about to go up with a dunk, or did they call an offensive foul?
They did go offensive.
They did go offensive foul.
Still, you like the transition offense that Hedgesville has shown throughout the game. Bowers is a guy they tried to, play a lot early last year, and as the season went on, he kind of lost that role a little bit, but you can see that they had the confidence in him for a reason, and I think he'll be a solid contributor this year for this team.
Bowers' second foul, team second, as Campbell took the charge. It's Uphull losing his dribble as he tried to go behind his back. Goes out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the ball back with 2:51 left in quarter number 3. It is Hedgesville 36. Southern Garrett still stuck with only 5 points. They haven't scored since quarter number 1. Brown, as his pass lackadaisically stolen, intended for Miller. Haskell drives to the left side. Shot rejected by Bowers. It's Faircloth to Brown. Brown at the top of the key. Hesitates. Finds Bowers open in the left corner. Three is good. Back-to-back trays for Hedgesville, who's now out to a 39-5 lead.
Corner three.
Uphull. Guarded against Brown. Passing it over to Haskell, who takes a long three off the side of the rim. No good. Tipped out by Bird and given to Uphull. Uphull to Campbell at the right side. Goes down low for Uphull, who can't catch it. And now it's Hedgesville back the other way. Brown out to Faircloth. Corner three. Can't go 3 in a row. Haskell. Pass stolen by Brown. Brown in the paint. Stops. Jumper. Good. 41-5. Hedgesville dominating Southern Garrett. Minute 35 left in the third. Uphull will hand it to Haskell. Long overhead pass to the right corner. It is caught by Uphull. Uphull, bounce pass to Bird. Finds Campbell driving the left baseline. His floater no good. Second one off the rebound no good. But he's fouled by Faircloth. That is Faircloth's first. Team third of the quarter. Minute 16 left now here in quarter number 3. And that'll send Joel Campbell the free throw line for Southern. Finally stop the scoring drought potentially. The free throw is good. 41-6 now is the score. Noah Brown checks out. Gavin Young checks in. Second free throw. No good. And rebounded by Miller. Kirk to Miller. Swings it to the right side for Bowers. Back to Young at the top of the key. Goes to Kirk. Kirk pump fakes. Goes to left elbow. Hesitates. Does a little cut in. Tries to go up with a layup. It's no good and rebounded by Southern. Offside shot is good. First field goal since the first quarter, and it is Brown for Southern Garrett, making it 41-8. Kirk running the point now, with Brown being out for Hedgesville. 30 seconds left in quarter number 3. Kirk, guarded by Harvey at midcourt. Tries to dribble to the right, comes back. 20 seconds left, still guarded by Harvey is Xavier Kirk. He's kind of playing keep away right now, on that clock to roll so the Eagles can get the final shot. 10 seconds now. Kirk tries to get a screen from Faircloth. Gives it to Faircloth. Top the key three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Harvey. Tried to put up a three-quarter court shot, but it's swatted away by Faircloth as the horn sounds. So 41-8. Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett after 3, and we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then return for the fourth quarter. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We welcome you back here for the fourth quarter. It is Hedgesville leading Southern Garrett by a score of 41-8. Hedgesville will begin with the basketball for the fourth. Brown gets the inbound. Passes it to the left side for Miller. Miller tries to bounce pass in for Bowers, but it's kicked away by Harvey. That stops the clock with 7:49 left in the fourth. Hedgesville will have an inbound pass. Pass kind of seemed forced there as Miller now will take a seat, and I believe that's Bodkins checked in.
I think it was Elliott.
Was it Elliott? And
now
Bodkins was already in?
Kirk.
Okay, there you go. No, Kirk's going to inbound.
Well, I don't know. I guess he was already in then. But Elliott came in for Miller.
Thank you. Kirk with the basketball. Passing it to Bodkins. Bodkins pump fakes at the top of the key, drives in, has it deflected. However, it goes to Elliott at the left block. His shot, no good, might have been deflected, and it's now Southern with the basketball. Uppal passes over to the right side for Harvey at the wing. Harvey dribbles once, passes it over to Lucas, who goes to Uppal in the left corner. Dribbles to the wing and goes to that left corner, and driving in on the baseline is Brown. His pass intended for Bird got deflected. However, there was, I believe, a foul might have been called.
Yeah, Pence comes back in for Elliott. I don't
think there was a foul called. The pass might have just been deflected out of bounds and then came back inbounds. As the inbound now lofted away from Harvey, stolen by Brown, and he goes coast to coast for a layup. Noah Brown now with 10 points, making it a 43-8 lead for Hedgesville. Brown for Southern. Passing it into the right corner. It goes Lucas back to Brown. Right wing three is good. That makes it 43-11. It's Jacob Brown now with 5 points to lead the way for Southern Garrett. Noah Brown passes it to Kirk at the left wing. He drives in, has space on the left side, puts it up with the layup off the glass and in. Kirk now with 15 points, making it a 45-11 lead. Uppal, jumper, good from the right elbow. His first 2 points. His team's now trading shots back and forth. It's 45-13. Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett.
Yeah, maybe a little too late to be doing that, but at least if you're Southern Garrett, you're getting finally some shots to fall. It's been a rough day for them.
Kirk passes to T.B. Bodkins, top of the key three. It's good. Bodkins now with 13 points. 48-13, Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett. Now Garrett, shot no good for Southern. Brown misses it. Down low, Pence, shot no good, gets his own rebound, and it will be fouled on the second attempt. Go to the free throw line with 5:33 left in the fourth.
Yeah, again, the role players for Hedgesville have had a lot of different moments throughout the game where maybe if you just look at the box score and you see the totals, okay, Hedgesville's 3 guys that we expected probably be their 3 best players all scored in double figures. Do they have anything else? I think the answer to that question is yes. They may not have other guys that can score at a high rate, but they have other guys that contribute in many different ways. So I think that has been one of the answers we've gotten today is there's a lot of depth on this team in terms of playing solid minutes and playing well on both ends of the floor.
Pence goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. However, Hedgesville with an offensive rebound. It's now T.D. Bodkins trying to go up with a layup, but it's short. Rebounded by Southern Garrett. For Southern, it's Brown with the basketball, passing it to Bird at the free throw line, and it's stolen by Hedgesville's Pence. Pence goes all alone and gets a contested layup at the last second by Haskell, but it's good for Pence, giving him 5 points, making it now a 50-13 lead. A long pass to the right corner. It is snagged. Now Harvey back to Brown, who was in that right corner, ran over to the wing, and he gets called with a travel violation to give Hedgesville the ball with 4:48 left in the fourth.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the official was going to call it, but he traveled as soon as he caught it. So pretty easy call, but it was a little bit later than I guess I was expecting. So I was like, maybe they're just letting it go at 50-13. I wouldn't have blamed them for that either. But, yeah, it was a travel.
Brown with the ball, giving it to T.D. Bodkins. Bodkins, the wing, dribbles to the top of the key, drives to the left side, and we're going to get a foul on the floor with 4:33 left in the fourth quarter. That is a foul against Southern Garrett, and it is Ryan Bird's first, team second of the quarter. Brown to inbound underneath the basket. Finds Bodkins crashing in the paint. His shot up and good. T.D. Bodkins now with 15 points. 11 of them here in the second half. 52-13. Hedgesville leads Southern Garrett. Southern Garrett, though, with a right corner 3 up and good by Harvey, making it 52-16. Brown with it. Passing it over to the right side. It's caught by Elliott at the wing. Goes to Bowers at the top of the key. Bowers swings it to the right wing. This time it's Kirk there with the catch. Finding Brown, who drives in, gets double-teamed. Fadeaway jumper around the rim and falls in for Noah Brown. 12 points now for Brown and making it 54-16 Hedgesville. 3:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Haskell drives in the left side. Puts up a floater over Bodkins off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Bodkins, who gives it to Brown. Transition offense. Pulls up from the left elbow. Shot no good by Noah Brown, however. That follow-through hand got hit for a foul. Stopping the clock with 3:32 left. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Noah's played very well today. Doing a lot of different good things for this team.
Makes the first free throw. Noah Brown. Give him 13 points now and a 55-16 Hedgesville lead against Southern Garrett. Foul, by the way, called against Campbell, his third, team third of the quarter. Second free throw, no good for Brown. Whistle blows, stops the clock with 3:26 left in the fourth. I was still looking down at my scorecard to make sure I had everything. Did you see what happened there, Nick?
Yeah, we had a jump ball. Elliott was on the ground going for a loose ball. And they got tied up. I thought it was a little bit of a quick jump ball call, honestly. I thought maybe for a second they were going to call a travel on Elliott. And Coach Church was even trying to keep the possession for the hustle play and try to get a timeout, but didn't get that. It just ended up being a jump ball.
Possession arrow for Southern Garrett is now the dribble of Brown deflected out by Kirk. Remains with Southern Garrett. 3:15 left in the fourth quarter. Inbound pass to the backcourt, caught by Haskell, brings it across the timeline, passes it to the wing on the right side for Harvey. Harvey goes to the top of the key for Campbell. Campbell drives the lane, goes up against Faircloth. Layup is good, and count it, and one.
Good try, though, by Faircloth, but, yeah, I think that's the right call.
55-18 now.
They went to a zone defense, just trying some different things. Like I kind of expected. Hedgesville's thrown a few different looks out there. Southern Garrett's done a few different looks. One, it's game one of the season, and two, it's 55-18. So, you can kind of bring in some of your bench guys. At this point in the game, probably we'll start to see more and more of that bench clear out, and those guys get some opportunities to, play here in the final 3 minutes of the game or so.
Free throw up, around the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Bodkins. Brown brings it down the floor, goes to Elliott, who passes it to Young at the top of the key. Young gets a pick by Bodkins, picks up his dribble, passes it behind him to Noah Brown. Noah Brown begins his dribble now, picks it up, tries to pass it to the left corner for Elliott. It's deflected into the Hedgesville bench by Southern. It'll remain Hedgesville basketball. 2:40 left in the game. It is Hedgesville 55, Southern Garrett 18. Noah Brown to inbound right in front of his bench. We'll give it to Bodkins. Goes to Faircloth at the right wing, who goes down low to Brown at the right block. Brown, shot, no good. Rebounded by Southern's Haskell. They'll dribble it down the court now. Bounce pass down to Campbell. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebounded by Bodkins, who goes to Brown. Brown, transition coast to coast, weaving through traffic. His shot rejected by Harvey, and Harvey saves it from going out of bounds by hitting it off Pence. And then the ball does go out of bounds off Pence, so it'll be Southern ball. 2:15 left now in quarter number 4. Remains Hedgesville 55, Southern Garrett 18. That's Uppel. We'll bring it down the floor now for Southern. Passes it over for Haskell. Swings it back to Uppel at the right wing. Now dishing it to Harvey at the top of the key. Haskell at the wing. Goes to the left corner for Bird, and he gets shoved by Faircloth. Faircloth picks up his third foul. Minute 59 left now in the fourth quarter. That is the second team foul of the quarter for Hedgesville. Haskell to inbound it underneath the basket. And it takes a couple hops before finally being scooped up by Lucas, who goes to Harvey, back to Lucas, over for Haskell. Haskell, the top of the key, passes to Uppel at the right wing. Uppel begins his dribble, has it deflected by Pence, starting to lose it again, but somehow keeps it as he's spinning around, guarded by Kirk. And we're going to get a foul called now against Hedgesville with a minute 43 left in the fourth. That's the third team foul of the quarter for Hedgesville, and Elliott's second.
I'm not sure what I was more impressed with there. Hedgesville's ability to stay in front of Uppel for that long, or Uppel's ability to not lose the basketball.
Inbound, shot off the inbound, no good by Harvey at the right corner, and rebounded by Hedgesville. Kirk down the court now with the ball. Dribbles to the top of the key. Goes to Bodkins at the right wing. Bodkins guarded by Campbell. Drives in. And will get hacked while he goes up for the shot by Campbell.
Bodkins has just been hacked all day, it feels like.
And both from Campbell. That is Campbell's fourth. Bodkins back to the free throw line. He is 2 for 4 so far from the free throw line, and make it now 3 of 5. Give him 16 points as he makes the first, make it a 56-18 lead.
Yeah, he's played well. I think he could play a little bit better even, and that's hard to say, but he's missed a few free throws.
Misses the second free throw there.
His jumper's been a little bit off, but still a really good player.
Well, he gets the steal now, loses his dribble, but it finds Kirk. Kirk's shot from the left elbow, no good, but they say he got fouled on the shot, and if it's against Campbell, that means Campbell fouls out, and it is. Fifth foul against Campbell. He finishes with 3 of the 18 points for Southern. Minute 10 left Here in the fourth, it is Hedgesville 56, Southern Garrett 18. Kirk at the free throw line now for 2 shots. Hedgesville's going to drain its bench. See Berman and Clark get ready to check in as Kirk's free throw off the front of the rim, no good.
Yeah, guys that are probably going to majority play some JV minutes, but get them in here for the final minute or so, and it's good to see.
Second free throw for Kirk is good, giving him 16 points now, making it a 57-18 lead for Hedgesville.
Yeah, Young's going to come on for Kirk, so pretty much all a bench, or it is all bench lineup out there for Hedgesville.
Uphold, dribbling it down the court now for Southern Garrett in the final minute of the game. Haskell gets the pass, guarded by Young, passes it over to the right for Uphold, gets a screen now from Haskell, dribbles it behind his back, and then passes it to Harvey. Harvey loses his dribble, able to get it back and keep his dribble going. Drives in the left side and layup off the glass, and good by Harvey as he beats Townshend. 57-20 now. 35 seconds left, clock rolling. It's Young passing it over for Clark. Young for Clark. Over now for Shoemaker. Shoemaker out to Clark at the right corner. Goes to Townshend at the top of the key. Drives in, puts a floater in the paint. No good. Gets his own rebound. Second attempt off the glass and in for Townshend with 10 seconds left to make it 59-20. And Uphold just going to let the clock wind down. Puts up a half-court shot. Not even close. And that's the ball game. Hedgesville gets the 59-20 win over Southern Garrett to improve to 1-0 to begin the season. Nick, get your thoughts here and just keep it to roll into the postgame while I tally up the final scoring.
If you want to, we can do that. Well, Hedgesville has it here on the roster that they sent us. Culture wins. The players change, but the culture doesn't. And Hedgesville shows that here today. 59-20 win. Pretty impressive overall. Not a whole lot to take away. I don't know if this was necessarily the toughest opponent they could have had here for game one, but it is just a game one. So you get a chance to try a little bit of everything out. Run some different things, get some different looks, and kind of grow this core together as the season goes on. You know, Hedgesville's going to have, again, their Hardwood Classic this weekend. They're going to go away to Florida in a few weeks. So they're going to have some good opportunities to play some different levels of competition. And like I said earlier, kind of ramp it up each game until you get into EPAC play where it's going to be a battle every single night. I think Hedgesville definitely will be a team that could contend for that 2 seed, or I guess the second team headed to the state tournament out of the EPAC, presuming, you know, something crazy doesn't happen and Spring Mills doesn't qualify, which would be almost absurd, it feels like, for them to not make states. But, I mean, nothing's guaranteed, but it's just that roster is so much experience, so talented, it'd be really tough to imagine that kind of scenario. So everybody else is battling for one spot, and it seems like it's pretty even. I think Hedgesville clearly has a lot of talent. They have their guys that we expected to be their top players all play well here today. So excited to see the Eagles throughout the season.
Yeah, let's get our final scoring line before we wrap things up. For Hedgesville, the co-leading scorers with 16 points each, Xavier Kirk and T.D. Bodkins, followed by Noah Brown with 13 points, 5 points each for Landon Pence, as well as Micah Bowers. And then you had 2 points for Levi Faircloth, as well as Brennan Townshend at the end with those 2 points. And that are your final scorers for Hedgesville tonight, I believe. Just scanning one more time, making sure I didn't miss any, and I don't believe I did. So we'll switch over to Southern Garrett, leading scorer for the Rams. Graham Harvey with 7 points, followed by Jacob Brown with 5 points, 3 points each for Joel Campbell and Jared Haskell, and then final 2 points for Braden Uphull. Final score again, Hedgesville 59, Southern Garrett 20 in the varsity ball game as the Eagles improve to 1-0, and that'll ramp things up for us here tonight. Again, tune in Friday as it's the Hedgesville Hardwood Classic. Again, that double L is messing with me for some reason today. Did it on the sports mix, do it here now.
It is okay, Colin. The hardwood.
Hardwood. I know it. I just, for some reason, I don't know.
It happens to the best of us. Even me. Believe it or not, Colin, I make mistakes.
That is very hard to believe.
Not very often, but every once in a while.
So we end the broadcast with some sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it. Unless you got anything else. For Dylan
Sports
Bishop.
Mix at noon tomorrow.
Back in the studio. Sports Mix tomorrow at noon. Nick Verzolini, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been high school basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.